the Daily Ramble podcast. Good morning, Harris fans, and welcome to Claret and Booze. This is my Daily Ramble. Hope you're all well. It's match day. We've made it. As always, if you are new to this channel, please subscribe. We're approaching 10k really fast. Still saying on our analytics that 50 to 60% of people are not subscribed. It is free to do so. I know a lot of people ain't got Google accounts, but, you know, just sign up. It's free, and it does really, really help us. Help us get to that 10k, right? We're not far off. We're not far off. It's taking bloody ages. And don't forget, drop a like on the video. Now, what I'm going to do in this one, because we're going to talk about quite a lot, and I'm going to try and go at a slightly slower pace than what I normally do. So there will be timestamps in the video, so you can skip to whatever bit that you want, you know. We're going to be talking about the Brighton game. We're going to be talking about transfers because it is deadline day, and I'm recording this the night before, so understand things may well have changed. They probably won't have, but they might have changed by the time you watch this. Going to release it at 8:30 in the morning, and then I'm going to go on to talk about Tim Steidten again to Liverpool. All right, so you might just want to listen to that. You might not want to hear that at all, but you don't have to. Like I say, if you don't want to watch a whole video, go to the timestamps, and you can skip the bits you don't want to watch. Right, I'm going to give our channel sponsors, the Kent and Sussex Tea and Coffee Company, a shout. This is for you. You know, you get 15% off. Everyone loves their tea and coffee. So look, head over there. The link is in the description to their website. It is a fantastic place. It's not just personal. If you're kind of domestic as well, they do good deals commercially as well. And it is far cheaper than your supermarkets, even if you just like your standard sort of tea bags and stuff like that. Pluckley tea, I recommend. It's lovely. Really, really nice. And their coffee's beautiful as well. But they do everything, you know, tea bags, tea leaves, coffee beans, coffee grounds. And that's that. So thank you very much, Kent and Sussex Tea and Coffee Company. Now on with the show. Right, so it's been ages since we've played. Ages. It's what it feels like because, you know, we voluntarily bowed out of the cups. So we've not played for, 11 days? Well, everyone else has. It's been quite depressing. But we play Brighton. We kick off at 7:30 at the London Stadium against Bournemouth, not Brighton. Brighton got battered. Shame it's not Brighton. They got battered 4-0, didn't they, against Luton? We play Bournemouth, a team they're a good team now. They started the season a little bit rough. You know, we played them early on, and we went 1-0 up and then sat on it for the rest of the game. We should have beaten them. You know, that was a bad version of Bournemouth when they were still getting used to their style. But, you know, they've since clicked into gear, and Iriola has really done a good job there. You know, they're playing some fantastic stuff. So it's going to be a tough game, but we've got a lot of players back. You've all heard the David Moyes press conference, or if you haven't, you know, he was quite coy about Calvin Phillips, you know, whether or not he's going to be fit. Of course he's going to play. He will start, you know, even if he ain't fully match fit, play him. If he gets tired, bring him off. He will play, you know, 500 grand a week, he'll play. He didn't talk about Paqueta, but we know Paqueta's been back in training. I expect him to play as well. I know it's been reported on Claret and Hugh that he's not going to be. I think he'll be back. He will be. Kudus is back as well. You know, he was fit. He was playing in the African Cup of Nations, and he's been back a while now. So he's going to be in the team. Bowen's fit. Alvarez is apparently fit, according to Moyes in the presser. So we should have more or less a full strength team, especially when you consider Soufal's banned, and that means Johnson's got to come in, which is my preference. So that makes us even stronger. So how do I think we're going to line up? Well, look, I'm going to be positive. I think he's going to do the right thing. I think we're going to have Ben Johnson at right back, Emerson at left back. We're going to have Ariola in goal with Zuma and Mavropanos at centre back, and he's going to go for the two CDMs. He's going to go for Alvarez and Phillips together as a partnership because he's got to. He's got to. That's what he's got to do. I think he'll go with James Ward-Prowse in the 10, and I'll be happy with that. Because he can help Bowen press, because he does. He's better when he plays in that position. It'll be Paqueta left. It'll be Kudus right. And it'll be Bowen down the middle. Now, on paper, what a team. What a team. More than enough to sort of get past Bournemouth, who, you know, Bournemouth are a good team. They are a very, very good team that can cause us problems. They've caused a lot of teams problems this year. They play They play better football than us, you know. But it's whether or not Moyes ball beats Iriola ball. I think, you know, I think it's going to be a frustrating game. I don't think we're going to have much of the ball. I don't think we will. I think he'll play it safe because I think he'll feel like he can with Alvarez and Phillips sitting. I think will be very frustrating We won't be too adventurous, not that we ever are, but I think he'll feel confident doing that because we know that on the counter, we can be absolutely brutal. We only need 5 or 6 moments in a game and we can win. Not saying I support that theory, by the way. I don't. I don't. But will it work? Yeah, it's going to work on occasion. It will do. And will it work against Bournemouth? I think it might well do. I think they will win. I think it'll be a good game. I think it'll be another one of them where Bournemouth have got all the ball. We're just going to sit there, wait, grab the ball, bang, gone, goal. 2 or 3-1, I think we'll win. I think they will score. Because we know we've got a mistake in us. And they play good football, I think they will get through us once at least. So that's what I think. I think we'll win 3-1. I'm looking forward to seeing Phillips as well. And more than anything else, I'm looking forward to seeing what he does. I'm actually more excited about this game than I have been for a long time. Because I just want to see what he does. I do. Will Souček start? Could you imagine if Phillips is sitting on the bench and Souček? Oh God, or worse, Phillips starts and Alvarez is on the bench. Yeah. No, I know. But look, what I would like is for the rumour that was put out by the Sunday people to be absolute nonsense, and for us to us to see what we should be seeing. It's a no-brainer for Moyes, surely. Everyone, the whole world can see what the midfield 2 should be. Especially for a defensive manager, if you want 2 CDMs, there's your 2 CDMs. You should be in dreamland, really. But it is going to make us very defensive. But it might make us more effective at being defensive, is what I'm trying to say. So look, that's the match done. Let me know in the comments what you think the result is going to be. More importantly, what do you think the lineup's going to be? That's going to be the interesting one. Let's move on to the transfer window anyway. And before I do, I've done one for you, which was for the giving you 15% off the Kent and Sussex Tea and Coffee Company. Here's one for me. Now, as you all know, we run an electronic security company. We're integrators. We do loads of work in the commercial space. We do domestics as well. But yeah, CCTV, access control, intruder alarms. We do business parks. We do everything else. We're obviously out there at the moment looking for work like everyone else is. If you or the business that you work for or anyone else is looking for a new service provider, whether that's for sort of maintenance or installations or design or consultancy, because that's kind of my background, I'm a consultant as well, then please, scan that QR code on that little iPhone. And if you don't know how all that tech works, just check the description of the video and I'll put my details in there as well. But if you scan that QR code, you'll get my business card, basically. And it'll probably be me that comes out and surveys it. So, yes, it would be very much appreciated. Like everyone else, we're all looking for work at the moment. So yeah, if, like I say, that's that. So, like I say, one for you, one for me. Okay. Transfer window. So, let's talk about the players that were supposed to be going out. So the players that were supposed to be going out was Pablo Fornals, first of all. So Pablo Fornals was supposed to be rejoining Manuel Pellegrini at Real Betis. There was an 8 million fee agreed, and obviously Pabs wanted to go. He wanted to go. I thought it was done. I posted a farewell on Twitter the other day. I kind of was reading everyone else's, and I thought, well, it must have been announced, but it hasn't been. It's all been agreed, but the understanding was that Pablo could only leave if we got reinforcements in. We haven't. We haven't got reinforcements in. I don't think we're going to. Spoiler. Like I say, I was recording this last night, so if it's out of date, hopefully it will be out of date. Hopefully I'm wrong. I don't think we're going to get anyone in. So I think Pablo's going to be staying, and that's a shame for him. It's crap. It's crap. But he's only got a few months to wait, and then he will get his move. Unless Betis go out and sign someone else, and that could scupper his move. But look, he's a quality player. He'll get another club. But yeah, it is a shame. Unless they come in, I think the club probably think they can get more money as well. But he's only got like a year left, and we haven't been playing him, so I don't know why they just don't let him go. The Benny one, we should be playing the Benny Hill music on this because it's got quite funny. Some of the rumours that have been coming out. Apparently, he wanted to go to Marseille. Marseille wouldn't pay us what was required. Lyon will, but Lyon are in a relegation battle. He's negotiated with them and agreed personal terms on a loan. 5 million, similar to the fee that we're paying for Calvin Phillips. But I think that all comes off of the actual transfer fee. That's the difference. So if they decide to make it permanent, it'll be 15 million all in. But some people are saying it's an obligation. Some people are saying it's an option to buy. But they're in a relegation battle, so I'm assuming there'll be a clause in there for Benny to say, look, if we get relegated, you don't have to sign. But apparently Benny's come out and said, I don't really want to go there, because it sounds like West Ham are just trying to force him out. We're trying to force him out and get rid of him. I don't think Benny's having it. I think he's going, I don't want to go there. No. And I think we're saying, look, the deal's there, the deal's on the table, and this story's come out. I don't know whether I believe it. And they're saying that he's basically saying, well, if you want me to go, pay me. Pay me. Give me a lump and I'll go. I think that's what he's saying. So he's playing games like Moyes has kind of been playing games with him, let's face it, for ever since he's been here. So I think it's a little bit about more than football now. I think it's all got a bit kind of political and silly little games going on. He knows he's going to get his move. I think he's just having a little bit of fun now. But at the same time, I suppose from his perspective, why would you be forced out and to go to a club that you didn't really want to go to? So I suppose from his point of view, I can understand it. I can. But I don't believe that story, by the way. I don't believe that he said that, you're going to have to pay me to go on a loan, because that's that would take some balls that I don't imagine that Benny's got, because he don't come across as that type of character. But if he has, all credit to him. I've got to be honest, fair enough. If he's gone to Sullivan, you want me to go? Go on, kiss a couple of mil then, and I'll go. The other one is Cornet was supposed to be going to Nottingham Forest. That's not happening. We're keeping him because we need to, because we've bought no players. We came into this window thin, with a really thin squad. We saw how thin it was because the injuries exposed us. We sold Kehrer straight away. We loaned a player in, so we broke even. We can't go letting 3 more players go. We can't make ourselves thinner, is what I'm trying to say. So, yes, although when you look at the squad, Benrahma and Cornet are certainly expendable. Fornals, heartbreakingly, yes, he is expendable because he isn't needed in this David Moyes system, and he wants to go. So those 3 players we could do without. But then when you look at it, what if we got injuries? If we got injuries, we would be knackered. We've loaned out Callum Marshall now. He's gone out to West Brom. Coventry's gone. That's another one. He's gone. He went to Charlton. So yeah. Those were the players that were supposed to be going out. Cornet, Benny and Fornals. But Ben Johnson is a player that we know is in the last 6 months of his contract. Crystal Palace have tried to sign, apparently, but we've said no. So I don't know whether they've put a loan in. It wouldn't be a loan because, he's on a free in the summer, or whether they've put in like a cheeky little sort of 2-3 million offer for him. I don't know. But we've said no. We've said no because we intend to negotiate a new contract with him in February. Why it's got to wait till February, I don't know. It's really annoying. But, yeah, we're keeping him. And we have to anyway. Like I said, Soufal's injured. And this gives Ben Johnson a chance to, in my opinion, stake his claim, because it isn't just, he ain't injured, he's banned. But he's also been shit for quite a few games now. So if Ben Johnson comes in, he should be given a run in that right-back position, especially if they're going to be negotiating a new contract and they want to convince him to stay. So hopefully he gets a little run at right-back, which I'll be very, very happy about. So I don't think there's going to be anyone going out now. I think that's it. Ibrahim Osman, that ain't going to happen. As I'm recording this, I've read an article saying that we've gone back in to make another bid, but they're not confident. It ain't going to happen. Brighton, Brentford, Arsenal and Spurs are also in for the player. We do know that there's some issues with this agent, but we'll see tomorrow if somebody does actually manage to get the paperwork in to sign him, because all they've got to do is, like I say, get that paperwork in with an offer that's accepted by the other club before 11 o'clock, and then they can just start sorting out the dotting the I's and crossing the T's, or dotting the T's and crossing the I's, if you've seen that little video. It made me laugh. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I think if Osman does go somewhere else, I'm going to be really pissed off, because he's a player that actually wanted to come as well, and he had other offers. He turned down Brighton and Brentford, and we've dicked him around. I actually feel sorry for the lad. I understand why he wants to come to us. It's Steidten and Kudus. It's why wouldn't you? But it feels like it's not meant to be on that front. I just hope that somebody else doesn't get him, so that we can go again in the summer and get him in, because with all the interest and with all the interest that these teams have got, specifically the type of teams, these data-driven Moneyball teams, it probably nailed on this kid's going to be a star. You know, they know what they're looking for. It's like Onana with Everton. Do you remember when everyone was saying, "Oh, you can't go paying that much for Onana. He's unproven. He's only played a season or something, or half a season in Ligue 1. You can't go paying that much. That's too much money." And we missed out, didn't we? And yeah, I know Everton didn't go on to do well, but we missed out on a fucking good player. He's a really good player. Proven much. If we wanted him now, we'd pay twice as much. I think it was about 30 million, wasn't it? For Onana, but we wouldn't do it because he was unproven. It was a risk. You can't take risks. Go out and buy old injury-prone players instead. That's not risky, is it? You know, ask fucking Zuma's knees if that's risky. But look, we're apparently also, one more, we are apparently putting in two more. We're putting in a bid for Jonathan Rowe, Will Salthouse's Jonathan Rowe, of £20 million. Now, look, if that came off, I'd be happy as well. You know, we need a backup. I don't think he'd get much game time, I've got to be honest. And you'd like to think that we've got academy players that could probably be brought in to do the type of role that he would fulfill in this squad. He is a good player. He's had a really good season. He's scored loads of goals. He looks exciting. He's fast. So, yeah, I wouldn't mind if he came in. You know, he wouldn't be my pick of the bunch, put it that way. But again, if he came in, I'd be happy. I don't think he's going to be coming in. We're not going to pay £20 million for him. I just don't think we are. I can't, like I said, I can't see us bringing anyone in. The Yotta deal is dead, which means my song is dead because Al Ittihad have registered him at last, so they can use him. So he's probably not going to be leaving, certainly not in this window. So my song will have to wait until the summer, until it's officially released on iTunes and Spotify. Okay, on to the last story. The last story is Tim Steidten. Now, I'm going to try and look at this. You've heard me rant and rave about it. I'm going to try and look at it a little bit differently, all right? Tim Steidten to Liverpool. Now, we know that the story first broke, I think it was Football Insider, you know, a very suspect source that nobody really takes a lot of notice of, but it's since escalated. It's gone. If you've only got to Google it, Google Steidten to Liverpool, pops up all over the place. Daily Mail have run with it. Every Liverpool media channel and news outlet are running with this story as well, and it's been confirmed apparently that the Fenway Group, who own Liverpool, have identified Tim Steidten as a primary target to replace their director of football, who's stepping down after this January transfer window. He's not their main target. They've approached two others apparently, Mitchell, who we were linked with earlier on, and one other guy who's had links with Liverpool before. They've both apparently turned it down because they're happy where they are and they're happy with their projects, even though the clubs that they're at are not as glamorous as Liverpool. Because this is a thing. Directors of football, that role is very different to being a player or a manager. You know, when you're a player or a manager, you know, you go out, you want the glory on the pitch. You know, you want to lift the cups. You that's what you want. It's different. It's different if you're a director of football. They're projects people. They want to kind of, they're visionaries. They want to take something and grow it. And I think you probably get as much enjoyment out of doing that at a club like West Ham and building them up and making them bigger than what you would at Liverpool, just keeping them at that the height that they are at the moment. I mean, if you think about it, if you're a director of football going to Liverpool, all you can do really is fail because the job is to keep them where they are. Whereas at West Ham, it's to move us on and make us bigger and better, which I think Tim Steidten is the perfect man for. He's known as a pearl diver. We haven't seen that many pearls come in yet, let's be honest, as in Ibrahim Osman would have been the first one. People say, well, yeah, not really, 20 million. Yeah, 20 million. If he kicks on, you're looking at 80 million for a Kudus level player. So that is a pearl diver. He got Diaby from PSG for around about 10, 15 million. He went for 50 million. Those are the types of players that he brings in. I don't think that necessarily fits the Liverpool MO, though. You know, they go out and buy stars, don't they? Established players. You know, they go out and buy Polina from Fulham for 80 million. Steidten don't. He goes out and buys Polina from Sporting Lisbon for 20 million and develops them. So I don't know personally whether it's a good fit for him. My only concern is all of the nonsense that we've been hearing about over the past week or so, particularly surrounding this Osman deal. Now, look, Liverpool would be foolish not to be considering Tim Steidten. He's one of the best directors of football around, of course. But like I said, it is very different. They're not like it's not like going to a player, come and play for Liverpool. You'll be playing in the Champions League. Well, director of football ain't playing in the Champions League, is he? He's a businessman. He's building a business. So providing Tim Steidten has got the level of control that he wants at West Ham, then he'll be happy and he'll stay because he's getting his own staff in now. He's got the guy starting from Werder Bremen. Is it Hans Gruber from Die Hard, and his brother, Dave Steidten. I don't know his name. Dave Steidten's going to be joining the scouting network, I believe. Nice bit of nepotism there. Love that, Tim. Keep it in the family. So he's bringing his own people in. He's embedding his vision. If you look at the youth academy, like I've been saying all season, they're playing the Tim Steidten way, the 3-4-3. The only other team that I know, top team anyway, that play a 3-4-3 in European football is Leverkusen. That's their formation. And we play that from the under-23s all the way down. So he's embedding his vision throughout the club. He is. The only thing he's not been given control over, which is quite a critical part, is the head coach. And that is a problem. And that's what needs resolving. It does. Because you can't have two people with different visions working in silo. You can have somebody with a different idea, but there has to be the man who calls the shots has to be in control. You could potentially have people working as a team and collaborating if they were similar-minded. But when they're completely the opposite, which is what you've got with David Moyes and Tim Steidten in terms of their football philosophy, then all you're going to get is conflicts and you're going to get bottlenecks and you're going to get disagreements. There needs to be... It's got to be the director of football and it's got to be the manager reporting to them, working with them, Hopefully that gets sorted out because that is what I can see tipping the scales and forcing Tim Steidten out and pissing him off, basically. Because he's not... This is a guy with a lot of self-respect that will walk if he's unhappy. He's not someone that we're going to be able to beat with a stick and he's going to stick around like a little puppy no matter what they say about him. They're going to have to keep him happy. They're going to have to. He's in demand. He's in demand. He's got self-respect, unlike some other people who they can do whatever they want to, but he just keeps on coming back like a little wasp. They can't get rid of him. It's like a wasp at a barbecue. But no, they're going to have to keep him happy. So that is the main thing. He's got to have... It looks like he's got his fingers in every other pie at West Ham. You can see the influence filtering down, cascading down. But he does also need that power to affect what's happening in the first team as well. Like I said, the football philosophy needs to run from the first team all the way through the academy. That's the vision. That's what he wants. So I'm not saying that can't. It's impossible for that to be achieved with David Moyes. I just kind of think it is, really. That's my opinion. But I'm saying that I don't know David Moyes. I don't. It's just an opinion that I formed of the man because I hate his football. So... Yeah, they need to do that. And also, if the rumours are true, what we've spoken about in the last few weeks about David Sullivan relying on inviting people like Salthouse and Barry Silkman, a.k.a. Tom Jones, into the mix to give an opinion on players that we have scouted, undermining Tim Steidten. We don't know that's happened. We don't. It's what it looks like. But if that's happening... that will piss Tim off. So if you tick enough boxes in the piss Tim offer meter, then he might jump. He might go, do you know what? I can see where this is going. It's getting progressively worse. The little bloke's a fucking madman. I don't want to work for him no more. He's weird. He's got big hands and he's little. I want out. I'm going to go to Liverpool. That's the only way I could see it because this is and should be an exciting enough project, more than exciting enough for a director of football. Like I say, I don't think a director of football will go for the blinding lights of Liverpool. Like I say, they're projects people. What project is there at Liverpool really, apart from sustenance? They're looking at sustaining a level, staying at the top. That's not really exciting, is it? Is it exciting? If you're a driven person, you want to create something. What Tim's being given the chance to do at West Ham is turn us into what Liverpool are now. Whether he'll achieve it or not, we don't know. But that's the exciting thing. That's the project, and he should be given the tools and the keys with which to go and do this. So yeah, in retrospect, I'm looking at it. I'm going to be confident that Tim Steidten will stay, because Davey's brother's joined. Oh, his name wouldn't be Dave, would it? We can't have another fucking Dave. I've got Dave on the brain. What should we call Barry Steidten, his brother Barry. So yeah, Barry Steidten's joined. I can't see it. I can't see it now. And that's the thing. If he does go, if he was to go, then it's blatantly because of David Sullivan. I'm not even going to blame Moyes for that, because Moyes he can be a dick, but it shouldn't be an issue for Tim Steidten, because Tim Steidten should have power over him. It's David Sullivan that isn't giving him the power that he needs. So if it goes wrong and it goes south and Tim Steidten jumps and goes to Liverpool, there's only one man to blame, and that is little David Sullivan, little weirdo. Anyway, look, I hope you enjoyed that incredibly long ramble. Yeah, that's it from me. I hope we win tonight. Like I said, 3-1, 2-1, 3-1. Get your comments in. And don't forget, drop a like on the video. And also, if you are one of those 50 or 60% that watches us, please subscribe. Please. Help us get to that 10k, because it does really help us. All right? I'll speak to you all soon. Gab you edge.